20 minutes ago, BTS's Jin appears at the airport with an unexpected close friend. Who is this mysterious figure? In a moment that sent social media into a frenzy, Kim Seokjin, or Jin of BTS, suddenly appeared at Incheon International Airport. Just 20 minutes ago, with someone who immediately caught the public's attention, a close friend who has never appeared in public before. This rare moment immediately sparked various speculations, both among the media and armies worldwide. Who is the person walking alongside Jin? And why is their appearance so surprising? Jin's presence at the airport isn't exactly new, but what makes this situation different is the presence of a man said to be Jin's old friend from before his debut in BTS. From video snippets circulating rapidly on platform X, Twitter, and Weverse, Jin is seen wearing casual all-black attire, complete with a mask and bucket hat. However, attention is focused on the man next to him who appears to be wearing a denim jacket and chatting intimately with him. They both walk casually, occasionally chuckling, seemingly undisturbed by the camera flashes and crowds of fans. Netizens immediately reacted. Within minutes, the hashtags #JinAirport appearance and #unexpectedfriend topped the trending charts in South Korea and Japan. Many are wondering, is this Jin's childhood friend? A celebrity colleague who hasn't been revealed to the public? Or someone from his private circle that Jin has kept tightly guarded all this time? Some internal sources in the Korean entertainment industry mention that the man might be Jin's college friend from before his debut, someone known to be humble and far from the entertainment world. However, another rumor is spreading even faster. Some fans suspect that the figure is an independent music producer who has reportedly been working with Jin for his upcoming solo project. The suspicion grew stronger after fans noticed one small detail. Jin was seen carrying a big hit music logo handbag, and his friend was carrying a black folder with the same company logo. Does this mean they are on their way to a new music project? If true, this could be a sign of Jin's return to the entertainment world after his military service, with a big surprise. However, some armies are highlighting the emotional side of this encounter. They consider the moment as proof that Jin still maintains close relationships with people outside the industry circle. "That's the real Jin," one comment on Weverse wrote. "Warm, sincere, and unchanged even though he has become a global superstar." Another comment added, "Seeing him laugh with someone from his past touches my heart. It's as if time has never changed him." Meanwhile, several entertainment media outlets are trying to contact Big Hit Music to provide an official statement regarding the identity of Jin's friend. However, as of this writing, the agency has not provided any confirmation. An airport staff member who declined to be named mentioned that Jin looked relaxed and friendly, even waving to some fans before entering the VIP departure lounge. "He looked happy, like he was going for something important but fun," said the source. Interestingly, some fans who were present at the location claimed to have heard Jin mention the words "project" and "soon" in his conversation with his friend. This adds fuel to the speculation that Jin may be preparing a new solo release or a major collaboration that will be announced soon. Public reaction is divided. Some are enthusiastic and can't wait for a surprise from Jin, while others think the media is jumping to conclusions too quickly. "Don't be too quick to make assumptions," one fan wrote in a Korean forum. "Jin might just be going on vacation or attending a private event. We have to respect his privacy." Nevertheless, it's hard to deny that Jin's presence in the public space always brings an extraordinary effect. The usually busy airport suddenly becomes a sea of cameras and cheers. Security officers even had to increase security around the international departure area. And in the midst of that hustle and bustle, Jin still displays his signature calmness, steady steps, a small smile behind his mask, and a warm gaze that confirms his charisma as one of the most influential idols in the world. Now, the big question still hangs. Who exactly is the close friend accompanying Jin this time, and what is the purpose of their trip? Is this just a regular private meeting or the beginning of a new chapter in Jin's post-military career? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain. This brief appearance has been enough to shake the Korean entertainment world and make the entire army's hearts flutter again. In just minutes, Jin managed to steal global attention without the need for a stage, music, or promotion. With just one simple appearance at the airport, he once again proved that his charisma is irreplaceable. But behind all this speculation, there is an interesting message to ponder. How strong is the appeal of public figures like Jin that every move they make can create a big wave in the media? On one hand, this shows the extraordinary love from fans, but on the other hand, it also reflects how the public often interprets every small detail as big news. Now, as the world awaits official clarification, a question arises that we should reflect on. Should every celebrity appearance always be interpreted as a sign of a new project? Or do we need to learn to let them enjoy their private moments without excessive spotlight? Imagine for a moment. Within minutes after Jin's photos were spread, thousands of fan-base accounts immediately re-uploaded them, adding their own narratives, even reinforcing rumors about the mysterious friend. But is there concrete evidence that the event actually happened as reported? Or are we, as an audience, only absorbing pieces of reality that have been polished by social media algorithms and attention-hungry digital journalism framing? This is the point where we need to stop for a moment and think. The Korean entertainment world, like many other industries, has its own dynamics in managing the public image of idols. Every appearance, gesture, or even their silence is often part of a careful communication strategy. So, is it possible that Jin's appearance with this mysterious figure is part of a hidden promotional plan? Maybe for a solo project, collaboration, or just an effort to maintain public attention after his military service. But on the other hand, we also shouldn't rashly accuse everything of being engineered. Jin is known as a very sincere figure and rarely uses publicity for personal gain. He often appears as he is, so there is a possibility that this moment is truly spontaneous, not artificial. So how do we determine it? How can we know if the moment is real or created? Questions like these are important to ask, not to suspect someone, but to train our critical sensitivity to information. In the digital age like now, the line between fact and interpretation is often blurred. Photos can be edited, videos can be cut, and narratives can be manipulated to create new meanings that tempt the public's curiosity. So, we need to ask, are we seeing reality or just a story composed to direct our perceptions? Interestingly, some internet users are starting to realize a recurring pattern. Every time Jin appears in public, social media seems to explode, with sudden news that is often followed by a wave of new rumors. From a communication strategy perspective, this pattern can be considered part of momentum management, an effort to maintain relevance by taking advantage of momentary spotlight. But again, who actually controls this narrative? Jin himself, his agency, or the media looking for viral material? We also need to question, to what extent do we as viewers play a role in strengthening this kind of information flow? When we red-hair videos, leave emotional comments, or make personal interpretations without verification, aren't we helping to expand the reach of something that may not necessarily be true? In this context, the role of the audience is not passive, it is we who become the main fuel for the virality of a news story. It is important to remember that information regarding this event comes from various sources, including TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and several Korean entertainment media outlets.